So we're doing a hive inspection today. I've only been in the hive once since we hived them, and I hope you saw that video. I did not find the queen. So they had released her. She was out of her box, which is, if you remember this little thing, she was caged in this little box. They ate the gummy bear out of the side, released her. Hopefully they didn't kill her as well. So that's what we're going to be, the main thing we're going to determine today. We're going to look at some frames. We're going to see that hopefully they're in there, they're building comb. They've been eating, they've been out foraging, they've been bringing some pollen back. That's all good signs that she's in there laying eggs. We're going to hopefully find the queen in there, and we're going to hopefully find some eggs. And hopefully there's some bees growing in there, and they're working on building the hive. So we have, if you remember from the other video, we have a top hive beef feeder, and they're in here. We fill this full of sugar syrup, and they can crawl up and then down this comb, eat, crawl back up, and then go back into the hive. And the theory, hopefully they can do it without drowning. I did get several bees drowning in this the first week, and so you can see I've put some well, let's just open it. I've put some rubber bands around it so their footing can be better, and I've also put a stick all the way around inside this cone so they can stand on the stick without sinking down into the sugar syrup and oh, I'm going to open the whole hive up here in a sec. So that I'm getting a lot less bees drowning, and they're taking a lot more food. So I've been feeding them both ways. This is a front entrance feeder, and this was empty this morning. So they're eating food, and hopefully they're in there building honeycomb and comb, and she's in there laying some eggs. So let's find out. The other thing I wanted to say too is I'm kind of overkill today with the suit. The main things, they're likely not going to sting me. I haven't been stung in quite some time, but the main thing is to keep them out of your clothes. If they get in the clothes, they're going to sting because they're going to get confused and they're going to panic. I don't really wear gloves. I'm a little more nimble fingered on these. I've yet to get stung in the hand. Once they get honey in here to protect, I will start wearing gloves. They will have some very aggressive guard bees in the front of the hive. But the main thing is to keep them out of your ears, keep them out. You see I've got the pants. It's 90 plus degrees out here. I normally don't wear pants in this weather, but I wear pants. I tuck my pants in because bees like to crawl up. They don't crawl down. It's not a natural thing for them to crawl down. So that's why those yellow jacket traps work. We've got to run around the corner. We can show you, but they're very good at crawling up, but turning them down, it's like they've got a what's the word? Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna pause 1 second.
Okay. We're gonna smoke them. Come out underneath the hive. Did I take the? Oh no, I haven't taken this out. So the smoke's not getting in the hive. This is a bottom board, which it's a whole nother topic, but it's part of. This is how you count mites that might get in the hive. So varroa mites are a predator to hives. All hives have them. You just need to keep them under control. So now I'm smoking it underneath. You can hear them. They're like, hey, it's smoking. So a couple different theories on why this works. One, they feel like it inhibits their ability to communicate with each other. The other thing is survival of the fittest. They think once you smoke them, once they get smoked, they think there's a forest fire. So they're going to go in, they're going to eat as much honey as they can because they think their hive they might have to leave the hive. So that's kind of the theory I subscribe to, and probably a little bit of both. But we're going to take this off the hive here, and we're going to come over here. I got food slopping around all over here. So we're going to come over here, set those down, don't squish any bees. So now we have the top of our hive.
I was waiting for you to do that.
We have the top of our hive here. The bees are here. I'm going to smoke them a little bit more. If you watch the smoke, they'll kind of go down. They'll kind of go down into the
Ooh, that seems to rile them up.
into the hive. You know, it's an intimidating sound when they start to go bzzz, and you know all they're really doing is flapping their wings, and they're trying to communicate. So we're gonna take a frame over here that doesn't seem to have much comb on it, just to make some room. And if you remember, I have my little hive deal over on this side. Okay, so we're gonna change that. Okay, we're starting to get into some comb, so this is a good sign that they're building comb. And really the only thing I want to accomplish today is finding that darn queen, because I did not find her last year. Last couple weeks ago. We've had 2 weeks of really heavy rain. So I have not been able to get in here because I like to get in here when the bees, like a good amount of bees are out of the hive flying around. Okay, this one's heavy.
Oh my gosh.
So we have comb. I do not see a queen, but I see plenty of pollen. We can see those uncapped, that liquid in there is technically honey, but it's sugar syrup. But you can see there's some pollen, there's some comb there with pollen in it. And we have,
What about that little area right there? Is that the
yeah, that is not the queen, but that quite possibly could be that they think they need to make a queen. So that might not be a great sign. That if there's no queen in here, we have failed. Our hive has failed. So keep your fingers crossed. Next frame. No, not yet. So I'm gonna look and see. They've capped some honey there. They've built some more peanut-looking cells, which again is not a good sign. They cannot make their own queen without fertilized eggs. Wow. That actually looks like a queen right there that's not marked. I can, actually. Set you down right there. This right. Let's see, let me refocus. Right here. No, yeah, right here.
Yeah,
That looks like a queen.
Yeah.
And she is not marked.
She's got a longer body. Huh.
Yes, and a black back. So, interesting.
But we're looking for the marked one.
We're looking for a marked queen, but there is a possibility that there was a queen in that. If you remember back from the package of bees, all those bees in there, there is a possibility that there was a queen in that package that was not caged. That's a rare thing, but it does happen. And I'm trying to find her again. The bee that I saw sure looked like a queen. She was not huge.
The body, I got a close up of it, and the body
Yeah.
looked different.
Yeah, she took
I'm gonna
off
grab
that
the
way.
kids to see if they want to see.
Okay, I'm gonna keep looking.
Okay.
So the results of the inspection are, oh, you have lots of bees over here eating some remnants. So not great news getting in the hive. I once again did not find the queen. Our marked queen that was in the queen cage when we hived the queen is not there. So they've likely killed her. I thought I saw what I thought might be a queen, but there's no evidence of a queen. So they're in there, they're building comb, they're storing honey, they've got some pollen in there. There's no brood. So I don't see any evidence of eggs or larvae growing. And there should be by now. So I'll probably end up ordering another queen, and hopefully we can get in there and
Now, does the hive look healthy besides that?
the hive does look healthy besides that, but I mean that's kind of expected. I'm gonna shake these guys off before I before I put that back.
So how do you order a queen?
Well, a couple different ways. They guarantee the queens for 2 weeks, the people I order the bees from. But I'm going to top off the feed here. They only guarantee them for 2 weeks, and it's been more than 2 weeks because I have not been able to really get in the hive because of the weather. So I'll talk to them, and if they honor it, they honor it. If they don't, I'll just get a queen. And the bees are in there. They're building a hive, and hopefully if we get a queen and hang her in there again, hopefully it'll work this time.
So more to come on the story.
More to come, but I'm afraid it's not good news. So we may not have a hive this year. These bees should last another month plus. And if we can get a queen in there laying eggs in the meantime, then we might be able to possibly save the hive. If it dies off, maybe I can catch a swarm this summer and throw it in, because there will be some comb and stuff that they'll but an interesting thing will happen. All of if the hive does not have a queen, the workers will lay eggs. A lot of people don't know that, but I've read the workers will lay eggs. They won't be fertilized eggs. They will hatch into a bee, but it'll be a drone bee, and the hive will die because the drone bees are males. So there won't be any reproduction of the stuff. But there has been cases where the workers will take over and start laying eggs, but that's not what they're designed to do. And again, they're not fertilized. So,
Queen bee, we need that queen bee.
yeah, this is why and if you read up on keeping bees, this is why having 2 hives is actually a good idea.
Oh, really?
Because you can kind of, if one hive's not doing so well, you can kind of rob some bees from this hive and put them over in that hive. There are methods to do that. I mean, you can't share queens, but there are certain things you can do with 2 hives. You can monitor both hives, and if one hive's not doing great and the other one is, then that's the one that you try to reproduce, not these, because they might not be as mite resistant or as weather resistant, or that kind of stuff. We've got the 1 hive, so we're kind of dealing with the 1 hive. So
more to come, to be continued.
More to come, to be continued. We'll see if we can get a queen.
Continued, see?
Yep, to be continued.
To be continued.
So,
All right, sign off there, mister.
Sign off. Bye. So, we just looked in the hive, and bad news, although there was that one section where I thought I saw a queen, we were reviewing the video, and it is indeed a queen. It's not the queen that I paid for, that was marked with a green dot, but it is in fact a queen bee. We did get a picture of her. That is a queen. So I'm not going to order a queen. Hopefully she thrives. Hopefully she somehow ended up in the package of bees, and that is their queen, and she's been out and gotten fertilized, and hopefully those capped cells there are brood. It was a little hard for me to tell. These capped cells right here are brood. It was a little hard for me to tell if there were eggs or larvae in there, because it was zooming in on them and stuff. Sometimes you can see like the curled up larvae
And what makes
eggs.
you know that she's a queen? Like, what do you know?
The queens are obviously, they're longer. You can see she looks different than the other bees. The bees have they're longer. They have kind of a fuzzy back. She's long. She has a big black back, where the other bees don't. They're more fuzzy. They're longer. And she's long. She's designed so she can back into a cell and lay an egg and attach it to the back of the cell. But that is most certainly a queen bee. So there is a queen in the hive, which is encouraging. So we're going to give it another week, and then hopefully I'll get in there next weekend, and hopefully I'll see more brood and more more evidence of that queen. So, yeah, good news. So, if you need us, we will be in our Oregon yard.